Hello and welcome back. We are the Gambling Databases research team.
It's good to be here.
In our work, we're dedicated to delivering really detailed analyses of the global iGaming landscape.
That's right. In every country report, we look at everything. Regulations, taxes, player experience, you name it.
Our goal is always to give you a clear, data-driven look at how a market actually functions, what makes it tick.
And today we have quite the file on the desk.
We certainly do. We're turning our attention to West Africa, specifically Côte d'Ivoire, or the Ivory Coast, as it is right now, in January 2026.
And this market is a paradox. That's the best word for it.
It is. I was looking through our report, the one we published on January 19th, and it's a market of total extremes.
It really is.
You know, I think a lot of people have this stereotype in their heads of African gambling.
Dusty counters, cash changing hands.
Exactly, a sketchy internet. But our research shows a completely different reality. We're talking about a sophisticated, mobile-first battlefield.
It is a battlefield. And the weapons aren't cash and coins anymore. They're smartphones, mobile wallets.
But, and this is the huge but, our report calls this market a potential trap for foreign operators.
That's the central conflict here. It looks like a gold mine from the outside.
But it could be a money pit?
If you don't know where the regulatory and fiscal landmines are buried, yes, it can go wrong very, very quickly.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Let's start with the opportunity side. Who are the players? Because the demographics are just staggering.
They are. The single most important statistic from our research is the median age. It's just 23.2 years old.
23.2. That is incredibly young.
It is. I mean, get this, 52% of the population is under the age of 20.
So we're not talking about a market that's, adapting to technology.
No, not at all. These are digital natives.
Yeah.
They were born into a world where the internet lives on a phone screen. That's their baseline.
That changes everything for an operator, doesn't it?
It does. If you're building a desktop site for Côte d'Ivoire in 2026, you're just wasting your money.
It's a mobile-only market.
For all intents and purposes, yes.
Yeah.
And it's urban. Over 60% of people live in cities.
Right.
You've got Abidjan, the economic hub, with over 5 million people.
And Yamoussoukro, Bouaké. These are dense, connected centers.
Very connected.
Yeah, the connectivity stats in the report really surprised me. Internet penetration is at 40%, which sounds okay, maybe a bit low.
It sounds moderate, but that number is misleading. You have to look at the mobile lines.
Right. This is the leapfrog effect.
Exactly. They skipped landlines entirely. There are 46 million mobile lines in a country of about 30 million people.
So more phones than people.
People carry multiple SIMs for the best rates. And 91% of those lines are broadband enabled. Plus, 5G is already rolling out in Abidjan.
So your target customer is, what, a 23-year-old on a bus in Abidjan with a 5G connection?
Yes. And he wants entertainment now. He isn't walking into a shop. He's betting on the fly.
High-frequency betting.
Precisely. It's not about a long poker session. It's about placing a quick bet on a football match, maybe a few spins on a slot, all while he's on the move.
Okay, so from a player's perspective, this sounds amazing. And our report actually reflects that. We give it a 10 out of 10 player access score.
We almost never give a perfect 10.
It's so rare. Why did it earn it here?
Well, first and foremost, it's fully legal. This isn't some gray market where you need a VPN. It's regulated by the ARJH, the gaming authority. As a player, you're safe.
And the other side of that 10 out of 10 is payments. Usually that's the biggest headache.
The friction point, always. But here, it's almost non-existent.
Because of mobile money.
Because of the dominance of Orange Money and MTN Mobile Money. They are the giants.
And the report mentions a competitor, Wave.
Yes, Wave came in with lower fees and really shook things up, which just made the whole ecosystem more efficient. The point is, the banking system is your phone number.
So no credit cards, no crypto.
Visa and MasterCard are very rare. Crypto isn't the main driver. It is all about the mobile wallet. You deposit in seconds, you withdraw in seconds.
So what are they betting on?
Football. It is always football in West Africa. Sports betting is about 45% of the market. It is king.
And the rest?
Lotteries are surprisingly strong at 25%, then casino and slots make up the remainder.
And culturally, it's accepted.
Yeah, it's seen as entertainment, and our research shows foreign brands are welcome. Players like the prestige as long as, and this is a big if, the brand localizes properly.
Okay, so for that 23-year-old in Abidjan, it is a paradise. But now we have to flip the coin, because the operator E-score in our report is a dismal 3.5 out of 10.
It's a massive, massive discrepancy. And it's why we wrote this report. Player-friendly does not mean business-friendly.
So what's dragging that score down to 3.5?
It starts with the regulatory framework. You have two systems. The concession regime is for monopolies, like the National Lottery. That's locked down.
So that's off the table for most operators.
Right. Then you have the authorization regime. That's for sports betting, online casino.
Where a private company can apply.
Correct. But here's barrier number one, and it's a huge one. The local partner trap.
The local partner trap? That sounds ominous.
It is. See, in many countries, you can just set up a local subsidiary, own 100% of it, and you're good to go.
Not here.
Not in Cote d'Ivoire. The regulations require a local partner or a very specific shareholding structure. You cannot just run this from Malta.
And that's where the risk comes in.
Absolutely, because you are diluting control. We've seen it in similar markets, governance disputes, fights over profits.
You're essentially forced to bring a stranger into your business.
Into your cap table, yes. And there's a real risk of corporate theft if you don't have your own people, your own boots on the ground, watching everything.
Wow. So on top of that, you have the bureaucracy.
Which is slow. We're talking 6 to 18 months for a license.
18 months? That's an eternity.
It is. And it's a grinding process. Background checks, technical certifications, and something the regulator calls morality checks.
Morality checks.
Yes. They dig into the background of the company directors. It's rigorous.
Okay, so you get through all that. You find a partner, you wait 18 months, you finally launch. Now we get to the financial gotchas.
This is where the trap snaps shut.
The taxes. The headline number, 25% corporate tax, doesn't seem that bad.
It's comparable to Europe. It's the decoy. The real issue is a hidden mechanism we call payment monitoring fees.
Payment monitoring fees. That sounds administrative, like a small charge.
It sounds benign, but it's deadly. The regulator wants to see every franc that moves, so they impose a transaction-based fee on every deposit and every withdrawal.
So a percentage is shaved off every time money moves.
Correct, which means economically it functions as a turnover tax. It's a tax on the flow of money, not on your profit.
And that distinction is crucial.
It's everything. Because when you add it all up, corporate tax, GGR tax, the local partners cut, and these monitoring fees, our analysis puts the effective tax rate somewhere between 45% and 55%.
55%.
It's enormous. And think what that does to your product mix. Online slots, for instance, might have a 4% margin.
Right. It's a high-volume, low-margin game.
Exactly. But if the government is taking, say, 2 or 3% of the turnover of the flow, your entire margin just evaporates.
You could literally be losing money on a bet even if the player loses.
You could be. This is why it's a high-volume, low-margin market. The volume is there, but the profit is incredibly hard to hold on to.
Which explains the high entry costs. The report says $250,000 to $500,000 just to open the doors.
Yes, for licenses, legal setup. And because the margins are so squeezed, our projection for break-even is 24 to 36 months.
3 years of bleeding cash.
You have to be in it for the long haul. Which brings us to the strategic verdict. Our overall attractiveness score is 6.75 out of 10. A passing grade, but just barely.
So who is this market actually for? The small startup is clearly out.
Completely out. Our research points to a very specific profile. First, you have to be a major sports betting brand. If you're a pure casino or slots operator, stay away. The tax on flow will kill you.
Okay, so big sports books.
Second, you need experience in West Africa already. Senegal, Mali, somewhere with a similar culture and bureaucracy. And third, and this is the part that seems counterintuitive, you have to be capable of building a retail agent network.
Wait, a retail network? We just spent 10 minutes talking about how this is a mobile-first 5G market. Why do you need physical agents?
That's the paradox of African iGaming. The transaction is digital, but the trust is physical. People still deposit cash with an agent to load their mobile wallet. But more than that, a network of branded kiosks and umbrellas builds legitimacy. It shows you're real.
So if you're just an icon on a phone screen, you're
suspicious. You could disappear tomorrow. A physical shop means you're invested. You need that physical footprint to drive the digital liquidity.
So you need boots on the ground to manage the local partner, and you need boots on the ground for the retail agents.
Yes. If you think you can run this remotely with credit cards and crypto, you will fail.
And I assume for that local partner, the best bet is a joint venture with someone who is politically connected.
It's almost a necessity. You need someone who can make a phone call when your license is stuck in a pile of paper in month 12.
It's a real reality check, isn't it? It shows that these local rules and borders are still very, very real.
They're reinforced by regulation and taxation.
Okay, so to sum it all up for Côte d'Ivoire in 2026, A massive opportunity, young, mobile native population.
Huge demand, great tech infrastructure.
But it's gated by protectionist policies, that local partner requirement, and these really damaging hidden costs like the payment monitoring fees.
That's it in a nutshell. It's a market that rewards scale and patience, and it absolutely punishes small, fast-moving operators.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with one last thought. These payment monitoring fees, do you think this is a model we're going to see spread?
That is the big question, isn't it? Governments are realizing that taxing profit is hard. Operators can be, let's say, creative with their accounting.
But taxing the flow of money?
Taxing the flow is easy. You just put a toll booth on the digital highway. I think other emerging markets are watching Cote d'Ivoire very closely. If it works for the government there, we will absolutely see this model replicated. It fundamentally changes the industry's economics.
A scary thought for operators, but a very lucrative one for regulators. That's a dynamic to watch.
Indeed.
Well, that brings us to the end of our analysis. But remember, this was just a summary of the data we've gathered.
Yes, the full report has so much more. The specific tax calculations, legal risk matrices, all of it.
For the full text of this and other country reports, please visit our website at gamblingdatabases.com. We're the Gambling Databases research team. Thanks for listening.